We're Matt and Josh, two crazy Kiwis. And we've decided to travel the length of our beautiful country, New Zealand, on rollerblades.
When I'm old and grey, I want to have a few stories to tell my grandkids.
And one of those stories has to be that we rollerbladed this country.
There's just one problem. We're terrible at rollerblading.
It's definitely not going to be easy.
It's the last time I ever buy rollerblades off a 12-year-old.
That's why we need all the help we can get along the way.
What made you pick us up?
No, I thought one of you was a girl.
Strap up, because it's going to be one hell of a ride.
Previously on Blade NZ.
We bladed some of the Coromandel's most iconic spots. I reckon we're going to get down there in 4 minutes on the blades.
We're abused by a pirate.
That's on. Get your camera. Get him away.
And we made our way to the Hauraki Plains, where we were hosted and returned for farm work.
That we never did.
This time, treacherous blading at the famous Rotorua thermal grounds.
Does he do this quite a bit?
We take our adventure to new heights in Taupo.
All right, we're going to put the blades on, okay?
And face our biggest challenge yet.
Bladeable. Definitely bladeable.
We're heading south from Rotorua and making our way towards the halfway point of Blade NZ.
First thing you notice when you arrive in Rotorua is the smell.
It smells like you've cooked eggs, but a few weeks too late. We're here at Hell's Gate, a popular geothermal spot in Rotorua. We're meeting up with someone who's going to show us around.
I'm Raymond Wright, I am the guide and I am a duty manager. These waterfalls here are the largest, hottest natural waterfalls in the Southern Hemisphere. When the warriors went away to battle, this is where the men showered to wash the blood off them, and the waters here have healing properties in them to cure their wounds and to wash the tapu of war.
Ray's the man. He's bloody awesome. I really like him. He's a bloody good guide and he really knows his stuff.
Okay, on the surface this pool is 122 degrees, 1 metre down it is 145. Or in Fahrenheit it's 252.
Wow, you know your temperatures.
How much is 1 metre in Imperial system?
Imperial, 1 yard 3 inches.
He's good.
What's 6 times 6? Who do you reckon's the best blader out of me and Josh?
Well, at the moment I can see Josh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is the first. I can't believe it. I'm the best blader. I'm not going to lie, it feels pretty darn good to be finally recognised as the top blader in the Blade NZ squadron. You'd be pretty happy with that, wouldn't you?
I reckon Ray's full of shit.
I can raise a legend.
Get out of the way, you loser! Woo! Josh seems a little bit cocky now, a little bit arrogant because he's been told he's a better blader than me. Alright, let's see it then.
What's the name?
Does he do this quite a bit?
Whoa, 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 Ray, jeez, what's his problem? Oh my god,
I thought you loved him.
Yeah, he just sort of turned on me.
You didn't fall over again, did you?
Yeah, I did. I thought we were good friends, and then he's saying things like, oh, you're falling over again, yeah. Nice one, you bald bastard. Do you think we're going to make it to Bluff?
Oh, I think you're going to need a few of these bars on the way down because your body's going to be aching by the time you get down there, the rate you're going.
As much as Ray's taking the piss out of me, he does have a point. I might not be a Māori warrior per se, but I've definitely been battling today.
Josh has got a few blading wounds from the trip so far, and we're going to have a hot mud bath.
Now in this container at the end, reach in and grab your mud.
Is that like a urinal? Does seem a bit backwards putting mud on your body to get clean. What do you think? You don't really look too clean.
You're the cleanest I've felt in weeks. We really tried to get as much mud on us as possible to try and make the most of its healing properties. Yeah, I really feel like I need it at this stage of the trip, to be honest.
Indeed. Later on. Today we're trying to get to Taupo. Hopefully we're going to blade out of a plane.
Rotorua to Taupo is a bloody decent blade, 81 kilometres south. And tomorrow we've got an early morning skydive booked in that we don't want to miss. So we're trying our luck at hitching to speed things up.
It's just not looking good at the moment. You see so many cars go past with only one person, all the space, but they just don't pick you up.
I'm adamant it's because people don't like the rollerblades.
It could be your mullet.
Could be your mullet.
Could be.
Hitching's obviously not working out for us, so we're going to have to get there the old-fashioned way. On rollerblades. It's been one mammoth day of blading, but luckily we've had a little local help near the end of our trip. Stoked to be in Taupo. It's such a stunning place. Plus it's super flat and the terrain is as smooth as a blader's bum.
Pretty standard tea tonight here for the Blade NZ boys.
Broccoli and rice. A lot of people don't realise, but you can eat this. Yummy.
One of the things I've definitely learnt on this trip is you really don't need that much to get by day to day.
It's the kind of stuff that camping really opens your eyes up to. You can be a bit hungry and it's actually still fine.
Got a lovely view of the mountain, lovely view of the lake. What else do you need?
Some warmth tonight would be good.
Unfortunately, we didn't bring any sleeping mats because we didn't realise that sleeping mats actually keep you warm.
But we're going to use our own initiative and we'll figure something out. We're smart guys.
Yeah, Josh reckons that cardboard will help under the tent. He's been researching all day trying to work out how we can warm up our tent tonight.
I think this is the closest I've ever been to being homeless. I wouldn't want to really go any closer.
Who would have thought that sleeping this close to a mountain would be so cold?
Oh, it's cold. I actually thought that I might be getting hypothermia.
As expected, Josh's cardboard idea didn't work. I had so many layers on, but I was freezing.
I keep trying to tell Matt that you should actually have no clothes on and you should be spooning to share body warmth.
You should did up north though, and it was like summer as.
All joking aside, last night was deadly and we're still in the North Island. The south's supposed to be a lot colder and we need to sharpen up our survival skills. This morning we're off to go skydiving in our blades. My chute doesn't open. Blade on without me. Ah, it will be.
Alright, we're gonna put the blades on, okay?
No, I'm sorry, because of the safety reasons, that's not a good idea to use your rollerblades.
This is bullshit.
Pissed off. What's the point of doing a skydive if you can't wear your rollerblades?
Everyone has their own bucket list, and blading out of a plane was certainly on mine. I'm distraught. I kind of missed the safety video because I was too busy thinking about how we're not going to be able to wear them.
The thing is, the landing.
Couldn't we land on the blades and roll along? I'm really not happy, but I guess it still could be fun. I can't quite believe I'm about to jump out of a plane. I do wish I'd paid a little more attention to that safety video. Falling out of the plane, I was completely petrified, but I was pretty glad that I was strapped to a guide.
Your guide sort of seemed like he was strangling you guys.
He was a bit actually, wasn't he?
Yeah, from where I was, it sort of looked like, yeah, they were in a bit of a chokehold.
I think he was a little bit fed up with us asking where the blades. Oh, that landing would have been mint on blades.
Coming up, we strap on the blades and give hunting a crack. I'm getting angry because my blades are making lots of noise. And face the toughest terrain so far. We are 695 kilometres and 11 days into our epic challenge of rollerblading down the length of New Zealand. Yesterday we bladed the thermal grounds at Hell's Gate in Rotorua.
Does he do this quite a bit?
As we headed further south, we realised just how underprepared we are. Trying to work out how we can warm up our tent tonight.
And I dream of blading out of a plane.
We're going to put the blades on, okay?
No, I'm sorry.
Never took flight.
Oh, that landing would have been mint on blades.
This morning we were lucky enough to hitch another ride. Now we're back on the blades and making our way 60 kilometres southwest past the Puriora Forest Park towards our next destination.
And apparently we're the first people to rollerblade here.
Obviously a really special feeling for us. First and quite possibly the last people to come out here on rollerblades.
The sun is shining and we've arrived at our next location. Absolutely stunning day here up at Blue Duck. Throwing the old axe around. Blue Duck Station is a conservation farm run by volunteers from all around the world.
Today we're riding with one of the locals here. He's taken us for a bit of a tiki tour around the land.
My name's Dan Bentley. I'm working down here on Blue Duck Station. It's a beautiful place to be. We've got approximately 5,000 acres, around about 2,500 sheep running around on the station somewhere, about 500 cattle. Big job keeping this place up and running out in the middle of nowhere. Always something to do. This morning we're going to go out for a hunt in the hills and we go for a bloody big hike and see what we find.
Can I take my blades?
You can definitely take your blades, bro. Yeah, we'll see how that goes for you.
I'm getting angry because my blades do about that because I didn't bring my shoes.
The hunting's not going well so far. Dan can't seem to track any animals. Seen about 2 birds so far, no other wildlife, and I'm sure it's all because of Josh and his squeaky blade. Is there a bullet in there?
Yep.
But we did get there in the end.
Oh, beautiful shot. Got him.
Right.
Sorry, Mr. Goat. Although goats are pests, do you kind of feel like a bit of a murderer?
Yeah, we killed an innocent being. I feel terrible.
Me too.
But I'm missing you.
Missing you.
Today, we're heading off to take on our biggest challenge yet. We're blading a mountain, 2,490 feet high. We're gonna need to preserve all the energy we can for this beast of a crossing. So we've sussed a ride there with the local tour group.
Okay, we're making our way finally to the Tongariro National Park, and this is where the boys are gonna take on the incredible Tongariro Alpine Crossing via rollerblade. So give it up for the boys!
Pretty excited to finally blade on a mountain. The weather's looking good, so I'm pumped.
On your map, you're starting at Mangarapopo and finishing at Kiritahi. On the piece of paper I'll give you, tells you what to do if it should erupt.
What do you think about the terrain? Do you reckon it'll be bladeable?
Looks like it is in here.
Last week we were told that we weren't allowed to rollerblade out of a plane, and that was absolutely devastating. But today we have an opportunity to tick something off the bucket list. The rollerblades are primed, we're pumped. Let's do it.
I called Doc and asked him about rollerblading on the crossing, and it was like, well, they pondered it for a while because it's the first time I've had that request.
Really?
Yeah. They pondered it, but then they went, no.
I don't know what the Department of Conservation has against rollerblading, but it's out of control.
It's bladist.
It's bladist.
Sexist, racist, bladist.
It is, isn't it?
But we're not gonna let anything get in our way today.
We will blade the Tongariro crossing. I've done the crossing before, and from what I can remember, it's pretty good terrain for rollerblades or skateboard or however you're going to do it.
At this stage of the trip, Josh's judgment hasn't proved too reliable, but something feels different today. Josh seems confident, and I trust him.
The higher we climb, the windier it's getting, and there's less and less visibility.
Tongariro is real beautiful, apparently. Bladable. Definitely bladable. If Sir Edmund Hillary can ascend Mount Everest, then I think that we can rollerblade Tongariro. Well, the rollerblades aren't working well on the mountain. Surprise, surprise.
I'm managing to get a roll on.
This is by far the most horrendous blading conditions I've ever been in.
This looks like the best terrain we're going to get, buddy.
Today has been a complete and utter failure. The blades are freezing over, the bearings are seizing up. It's not ideal conditions for blading. It's a beautiful spot, but I just don't know if it's worth that walk.
Maybe it wasn't the best blade ever, but I'm still happy with what we've achieved.
I'm keen to get as far away from this bloody mountain as possible.
Feels so good to be back on some nice flat terrain, having a bit of an urban blade on the way to the coast. It's good to get on some good terrain for once, eh? Definitely.
Well, we've made it to Castle Point, which is one short trip away from Wellington, the halfway point for Blade NZ. How do you feel about that?
Grotesque.
You feel grotesque?
Yeah, I need to swim, I think. I'm feeling disgusting.
Gotta get bloody clean, don't you?
Hygiene definitely takes a backseat on Blade NZ, so whenever we get the chance to get clean, we make sure we take the opportunity.
Bloody great to be back at the ocean. You just can't beat that lovely salty smell, the fresh air. What do you reckon?
I reckon that I agree.
You weren't listening to me at all, were you?
1,064 kilometres, multiple bales and abuse from an irate pirate. We've rollerbladed and hitched our way to the bottom of the North Island, in the capital of New Zealand, Wellington. And we're celebrating making it halfway. Wellington's great.
There's so much culture here, although the wind is a little bit of a down buzz.
And the people here don't seem to be as excited about our achievements as much as we are.
But nothing is going to stop us now. We're well on our way.
Next stop, the South Island.